Ready to hear how a small pizza joint became a global giant? Let's dive back into the story of Domino's Pizza. After rebranding from DomiNick's to Domino's in 1965, Tom Monaghan wasn't just selling pizza, he was selling a promise. He knew that to stand out, he had to perfect the one thing other pizzerias struggled with: delivery. This obsession led to the creation of one of the most famous guarantees in business history: 30 minutes or it is free. This wasn't just a gimmick, it was a game changer. Suddenly, Domino's wasn't just another pizza place. It was the fast, reliable choice for a hot meal delivered right to your door. This simple, powerful promise made Domino's a household name and set it miles apart from the competition. But how do you take a great idea and spread it across the country? Tom's answer was franchising. He saw the potential in empowering entrepreneurs to open their own Domino's locations. But this wasn't a free-for-all. Monaghan was meticulous about quality. He established strict standards for everything, from the dough to the delivery box, ensuring that a Domino's pizza in Ohio tasted just as good as one in Michigan. This franchise model was the engine for explosive growth. It allowed Domino's to expand at a breathtaking pace, turning a local favorite into a dominant brand across the United States by the 1970s. The dream was becoming a reality, one franchise at a time. Of course, rapid expansion is never a smooth ride. As Domino's grew from a handful of stores to a nationwide network, the challenges piled up. Imagine trying to manage a supply chain for hundreds of stores, making sure every single one had fresh ingredients, day in and day out. How do you maintain consistent quality when each store is run by a different owner? And on top of all that, the fast food pizza market was heating up, with competitors like Pizza Hut and Little Caesars also vying for a slice of the pie. The pressure was immense. Growing a business is one thing, but scaling it successfully without losing what made it special is a whole different beast. So, what was Tom Monaghan's secret weapon against these growing pains? Continuous innovation. He knew that to stay ahead, Domino's had to be smarter, faster, and more efficient than everyone else. He implemented standardized pizza recipes, ensuring that every pepperoni pizza, no matter where it was made, met the same high standard. Operations were streamlined to a T, with every step of the pizza making and delivery process optimized for speed and consistency. And he didn't stop there. Domino's launched creative marketing campaigns that kept the brand fresh and in the public eye. It was this relentless focus on improvement and innovation that allowed Domino's not just to survive its expansion, but to thrive. With a solid foundation in the United States, Domino's set its sights on the world. By the 1980s and 90s, the brand began its international journey. The first Domino's outside the US opened in Canada, followed quickly by locations in the United Kingdom, Australia, and Japan. But going global wasn't as simple as just opening a new store. Each new country presented a unique set of challenges: different tastes, cultural nuances, and logistical hurdles. Domino's had to adapt. They tailored menus to local preferences, offering toppings like squid in Japan or paneer in India, while still maintaining the core brand identity. This flexible yet consistent approach was key to its global success. Today, the scale of Domino's is simply staggering. From that single store in Ypsilanti, Michigan, it has grown into a global empire with more than 18,000 stores in over 90 countries. Think about that for a second. Somewhere in the world, right now, a Domino's pizza is being ordered, made, and delivered, continuing the legacy that Tom Monaghan started over 60 years ago. The financial success is just as impressive. We're talking about annual revenues exceeding $17 billion and a market value in the billions. It's a testament to the power of a simple idea executed with relentless passion and precision. Domino's isn't just a pizza company, it's a global phenomenon. So, what can we, as aspiring entrepreneurs, creators, or anyone chasing a big goal, learn from the incredible journey of Domino's Pizza? The lessons are powerful and timeless. First, resilience. Tom Monaghan faced financial struggles, fires, and countless setbacks. He could have given up a dozen times, but his refusal to quit is the bedrock of this entire story. He believed in his vision even when no one else did. Second, the power of innovation. The 30-minute delivery guarantee wasn't just a marketing slogan. It was a radical innovation that disrupted an entire industry. From there, they continued to innovate with things like the heatwave bag to keep pizzas hot, and later, pioneering online and mobile ordering. Domino's teaches us that you don't just compete, you change the game. Third, an unwavering focus on the customer. Every major decision, from the delivery guarantee to the franchise model, was made with the customer experience in mind. How can we make it faster, easier, and better for the person ordering the pizza? By putting the customer first, they built a loyal base that fueled their growth for decades. And finally, strategic scaling. Franchising allowed Domino's to expand rapidly, but it was the strict quality control and standardized systems that prevented it from collapsing under its own weight. It's a masterclass in how to grow a brand without sacrificing the quality that made it successful in the first place. These aren't just business lessons, they're life lessons. Think about it. If a small pizza shop in Michigan could become a global empire, imagine what you could achieve. Your idea, your passion, your business, it has the potential for greatness. It takes determination to push through the hard times, creativity to find new solutions, and the courage to take that first big step. The Domino's story proves that with the right ingredients, anything is possible. If you enjoyed this story and want to discover more inspiring brand journeys, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We'd love to hear from you, so drop a comment below and let us know, which brand story should we cover next? Share your thoughts, and let's explore success together. Thanks for watching.
Ever wonder how a tiny pizza place in Michigan turned into a global giant delivering millions of pizzas every single day? It's a story of grit, struggle, and a vision that was way bigger than its humble kitchen. Let's rewind to 1960 in a small town called Ypsilanti, Michigan. This is where our story begins. A young, ambitious entrepreneur named Tom Monaghan, along with his brother James, decided to take a leap of faith. They scraped together what they could and bought a small, unassuming pizza store named DomiNick's. Their dream was simple yet powerful, to make pizzas that people didn't just eat, but absolutely craved. With just a handful of employees and barely enough cash to keep the lights on, the early days were anything but glamorous. The dream of serving the best pizza in town quickly collided with the harsh reality of running a business. Soon after they started, James, feeling the immense pressure, decided to sell his half of the business back to Tom. He traded his stake for the Volkswagen Beetle they used for deliveries. Imagine that. Now, Tom was all alone, facing a mountain of challenges. Financial struggles were a constant shadow. He worked incredibly long hours, often worrying about how he was going to make rent. It got so tough that at one point, Tom was literally sleeping in the back of the pizza shop just to keep the business afloat. He poured every ounce of his energy into this small pizzeria, refusing to let his dream die. Despite all these hardships, Tom Monaghan had something special, a clear vision. He looked beyond just making a tasty pizza. He realized that the secret to winning customers' hearts wasn't just about the ingredients, but about the entire experience. Speed, consistency, and quality, these three words became his mantra. He started thinking, how can I get a hot, delicious pizza to someone's door as fast as possible every single time? This wasn't just a business strategy. It was a revolution in the making. He began experimenting with new dough recipes, streamlined kitchen processes, and innovative delivery methods. He was obsessed with perfecting the system, knowing that if he could crack the code of fast, reliable delivery while maintaining top-notch quality, he would have something truly special. This relentless focus on efficiency and standards would later become the very backbone of Domino's global empire. As the 1960s rolled on and bled into the early 1970s, the hurdles just kept getting bigger. As Tom started to expand and open more stores, new problems emerged. How do you manage multiple locations and ensure every single one is running smoothly? How do you build a supply chain that can deliver fresh ingredients to all your stores consistently? And to top it all off, competition was heating up. Other pizza chains were popping up, all fighting for a slice of the pie. It would have been easy to cut corners, to use cheaper ingredients, or to lower his standards to compete on price. But Tom refused. He was stubborn about one thing: quality. He believed that every single pizza that left his store had to be perfect. The crust had to have the right texture, the sauce had to have the perfect tang, and the toppings had to be fresh and generously applied. This uncompromising commitment to quality, even when it was difficult and expensive, was what started to set his little pizza chain apart from the rest. Then, in 1965, a pivotal moment arrived. Tom decided it was time for a change. He wanted a name that reflected his growing ambition and vision for the future. DomiNick's became Domino's Pizza. This wasn't just a simple rebranding. It was a declaration. It symbolized a new beginning, a renewed focus on innovation, and an unwavering promise to put the customer first. The new name came with a new logo, a domino with 3 dots. The plan was to add a new dot for every new store they opened. Of course, they had to abandon that idea pretty quickly, as the growth was far faster than anyone could have imagined. With the new name came new, bold ideas. Tom started to experiment with a concept that would become legendary: the 30-minute delivery guarantee. At the time, this was unheard of. It was a risky promise, but it perfectly captured the brand's focus on speed and customer satisfaction. It was a game changer that would define Domino's for decades to come. So, by the end of this incredibly challenging first chapter, the seeds of a global empire had been firmly planted. From a single struggling store in Michigan, born from a simple dream and fueled by relentless hard work, Domino's had built its foundation. It had survived financial crises, operational nightmares, and intense competition. Through it all, it had forged an identity built on speed, quality, and a revolutionary approach to customer service. The stage was set. The little pizzeria from Ypsilanti was now poised for explosive growth, ready to take on the world, one pizza delivery at a time. The story of what happens next, how this small chain exploded into a household name across the globe, is even more incredible.